All right, another day, another weekend, another overlanding trip. So I just drove for about 3.5 hours north to get to Red Bluff area, and I just got on I think it's Highway 36 going east to get to Hogsback. I think it's called Hogsback Road, which I'll spend the day on, and I'll be in this area for at least 2 or 3 days, and we'll see how it goes. So I just made a left on Hogsback Road. It starts paved and then turns into dirt at one point. As soon as it turns into dirt, I'll stop and air down, and we'll start the fun of the day. Okay, so the unpaved road or trail started, but it's very well groomed, very well maintained, like a regular road, just without the pavement. So I'm kind of inching. I'm about 40 miles an hour, and I'm assuming that maybe past this hill that I see in front of me, maybe past that, it'll start to be a bit rougher. The road is getting a little rough. It's still a very wide trail. Looks like it's maintained, but as you can see, it's very eroded. So I'm not doing it for safety or anything, just for ride comfort. But I'm sure later on I will actually need it so I don't puncture a tire. But right now it's just for ride comfort. Come on, Ghost. And let the dog play out a little bit. And I'll air down. I'm thinking of airing down to 30, which is low for me, because I'm thinking that because I have a big truck and a heavy truck, I don't want to go down to, most people go to 10, 12. I think that's too low for me. So I'll try 30, and if I need to air down more, I will. So for airing down, I have this, what is it called? This air down kit from, what the hell are they? ARB, that I got years ago. And it works. Just unplug the little vent, and it takes maybe a minute to air down each tire. Okay, all air down and ready to go. So as I'm riding on this trail, I was thinking that I expected Northern California, at least in my mind, to be lush forests and lots of trees, and similarly to the Sierra, for example, Sierra Mountains. But this scenery is kind of a desert-ish kind of a scenery. You still see some trees, well, a lot of trees in the distance, but see some trees, but it's mostly barren, some yellow dry bushes. And it's 92 degrees now. I'm sure it'll be much hotter later on. It's only noon, but it's kind of interesting, very different from what I expected. So I'm driving for a few miles on this trail. It's becoming a bit rough. It's not challenging at all. It's a wide trail, just rocky and a bunch of erosion on the trail itself, I guess. So I'm doing anywhere between 5 to 10 miles an hour. Now this trail is supposed to be 24 miles. So if I continue in this pace, it'll take me probably, let's say, 3 to 4 hours to finish it. So the plan is to get to go through this Hogsback, what is it? Yeah, whatever the name of the trail, I forgot, Hogsback or something, road. Go through it, and at one point it intersects with the Ponderosa road trail, which can take me south for 40 miles or so. So if all goes well, I'll make a right, meaning go south at the Ponderosa trail and find a place to camp for the night somewhere over there. Looks like there are a couple of logging trucks right ahead of me. I'll just pull to the side and let them pass. Oh. Yeah, I am just nice this way. I consider myself an asshole in training, so I'm not quite there yet, so I still have those bad habits of being nice, but hopefully soon I'll graduate to be a full-fledged a-hole. So I get what people saying this road is very rocky and to wear down. It's not difficult at all, at least not yet. And you can't really go more than 5 miles an hour. I mean, you can, but it's very bouncy. So it's very rocky, and always a chance that you're gonna blow a tire if you step on some sharp rock. Well, continuing to ride on this trail, it's continuing to be rough. I'm going through a patch of trees, not tree. It's nice. Now, if some of you are wondering what's with the sunglasses, I'm driving in the sun for the last couple of hours. Well, I just want to be cool, just like everybody else. So I'm wearing sunglasses, just in case you're curious. So I'm continuing on this trail. It's still somewhat rocky and bumpy, but the difference is now I'm wearing sunglasses, which uptick my coolness, and I feel pretty cool now, so no problem. I continue to drive on this bumpy road. Alright, so I'm now on a section that it's very rocky. I'm probably going 1 mile an hour, and I just sit here and getting bounced from side to side. But it's very rocky, and it looks like it's going to be this way for a while. So it could be that this trail, although it's only 24 miles, and it's not challenging at all, it might take a very long time, just because you have to go, or I have to go very slow. And I can see, well, as far as I can see, which is a few hundred yards, it's still pretty rocky. Now, it's very doable. Anybody with a, let's say, a pickup truck or one of those Jeeps or anything else can do this. Well, I see a truck standing there right under a tree, I guess. I don't know if there's somebody there or not. But it's nice to see some humans around here, hopefully good humans. But the trail is still, you can see it's still very bumpy, very small patches of somewhat gravelly, but the rest is very rocky. Again, for the last maybe 40 minutes, I don't think I went once above 5 miles an hour, mostly around 2-3 miles per hour. Okay, this section here is particularly rocky. I'm gonna put my trusted crawl control. Go for it. And maybe I'll put forward drive as well, just so it's not tasking the rear wheels too much. Yeah, I don't think there's anybody in this truck. Maybe some workers, maybe somebody that owns part of this land. Oh, environmental solutions. I don't know. But anyway. Yeah, I see part of the path goes one way and another path another way. I don't know. Let me check the map. All right, let's see who can count how many times I said, and maybe will say, that this trail is very rocky. So, just for the hell of it, I'm saying it one more time. The trail is very rocky. But again, not challenging, but very rocky. Now, looks like it's starting to climb up, and scenery is starting to be a bit more fun, meaning you can see for a distance, which is enjoyable. But still, I'm at Right now I'm at about 4 or 5 miles an hour. This section here, it's a bit more messed up than the rest, but at least something interesting. Looks like, I don't know if it's a bedrock or an old paved path, but looks like there are, yeah, maybe it's rocks. It looks like rocks, but big ones. Well, I just stepped outside for a minute because I want to give back to nature. So I contributed to nature some of my own generated irrigation water, and I irrigated some bushes. And it is warm outside, but it's windy. So it has this warm, breezy type of a thing. Pretty cool. Yeah, well, not cool, but cool. And it's very nice. I think if I go outside and sit outside, I'll be just fine. So it's still 92 degrees outside, but because of the wind, it's comfortable. Okay, this section here is a little bit of rock rolling kind of a thing. Very big rocks. Have to pay attention where I place my wheels so I don't scrape anything. But it's fun. And I just saw another one of those what are they called? Whatever. 4x4s or something passes by. But man, so I'm probably doing half a mile an hour now. Maybe 1 mile an hour. See, this is humanity at its best. How much of an asshole somebody has to be in order to leave a car like this in the middle of the road? If it's sometimes you see vehicles that went downhill and they in a ravine somewhere. I would say get those out as well, but fine, maybe difficult to get out. But this is right on the trail. All right, so we drove a little bit. Oh, we meaning me and Ghost, right there somewhere. And we stopped here. Looks like there's a major power line going across here. And I'm assuming they're doing some work, so there's some parts here. It's just like a little flat area. So I let the dog out to run around a little bit. It's very nice out. It's hot. You can tell that it's hot, but it's windy. So it's nice, warm breeze. Pretty cool. So the Hogsback trail continues straight there, and then there's a chute that goes, I think it's called Hogsback loop. I'm not gonna take it now. This loop goes and eventually intersect with the Ponderosa trail or road, but I'm gonna continue on Hogsback trail or road, and then intersect with the Ponderosa road a little later. But just wanted to see, there's a little pond here. Yeah, I don't think it's definitely not swimmable, but still, I'm gonna loop around here and get back on the Hogsback trail. So there's this lake here, I can't remember what it's called, I'll just put the label down in the video, but it's more like a big pond. It's lots of vegetation. I wouldn't swim here. And this patch, there are a lot of trees and areas to camp. So if it was late in the day, I would definitely find a good camping spot over here. A little part of this trail that is actually a paved road, like a regular road. I think it's maybe, I'm looking at the map, maybe half a mile, but you know, I'm going maybe 25-30 miles an hour because my tires are at 30 psi, which is half of what I usually do, which is 60 plus. But yeah, it looks like maybe 1 mile, and it's gonna head, oh, and then I'm gonna have to make the turn, making a right going south into the Ponderosa Trail. Okay, so this is it. I think it's called Ponderosa Way, and there's Panther Spring and Black Rock 11 and 20 miles ahead respectively. And I see a truck with a trailer, so I'm assuming there are like ATVs or motorcycles here. I saw a sign that says no authorized vehicle beyond the gate. I hope they were talking about one of the gates on the side and not that there is a gate somewhere ahead of me. But it looks like now it becomes a bit similar trail to what I would expect somewhere in the Sierras. You know, up, downs, left, rights, but more of a wooded kind of a area. So far, so good. So I just got on the Ponderosa Way trail like a couple of minutes ago. But it already looks like a more fun trail. So if I had a gun to my head and I had to pick which trail I want to spend time on, Hogsback Trail or the Ponderosa Trail, as of right now, I would pick the Ponderosa because it's not as rocky and it's a fun trail. You can go slow, I mean, if I wanted to go fast, I could probably do, I don't know, 30-40 miles an hour in some sections here. But I'm taking my time, enjoying the scenery or enjoying the trail. But so far it looks like it's going to be a fun and scenic trail. And again, plenty of places to camp. Pretty much any place I want, I can make a left or make a right and find a camping spot. So I just took a poll to see what number of people like the Hogsback Trail better or what number of people likes the Ponderosa Trail better. And 100% of the voters voted that the Ponderosa is a more scenic trail, more fun to drive. So there you go. Just one little note as a disclaimer, I was the only voter, but still 100% of the voters voted for the Ponderosa Trail. Oh, look at this! Water crossing! Nice! Oh, this is a fun one. I would let the dog play in the water a little bit, but then he's gonna mess up the truck. Well, that's nice. So for those who keep count, or if you work for the water crossing committee, here, I just crossed water. All right, looks like there's a river crossing here on a bridge, not in the water. This is cool. Oh wow, there's a little stream. Well, not a little, but nice. Oh, that's definitely swimmable. Looks like there are people here. But there are definitely water holes here that you can go and swim. I just don't know if I feel like doing it right now. Maybe if I'll find another spot, I'll stop and let the dog swim a little bit. But for now, we'll continue. Okay, so the weather here is much cooler than the earlier part of the day. So it's now 83 degrees, and obviously I'm in a forest kind of scenery, so there's a lot of shade and a little breeze. So I think I'm going to start looking for a camping spot. It's about 4 p.m. which is usually when I camp. I like to have some time to set up stuff and enjoy myself. So I'll try to find a camping spot and start setting up things and camp for the night. I saw this little spot right off the trail, so I took a little offshoot, and there's a little area here. Oh shit, I almost hit a tree. There's a little area that I can park for the night. Looks like a good spot. Let me just get myself to it. It's about maybe a quarter of a mile from the Ponderosa Trail. Just a little offshoot, and looks like it's a good spot. Okay, so I found a good camping spot for the night. Little kind of offshoot of the main Ponderosa Trail. Looks good. A little bold spot here in the middle of nowhere. So we'll park here for the night. There's even a fire pit which I'm not going to use, but we'll camp here for the night and enjoy the rest of the day here. Tomorrow I'm planning to continue on the Ponderosa Trail and see where it will take us and what we'll see. Okay, some of you may not know this, but where you sit when you drink is as important as what you drink. So I situated the chair here right in the right angle of some of these trees and the truck to maximize the beer flavoring. So let's give it a shot, see if it works. And just in case you don't know or you didn't see this one, I got a 50 cal Overland Out and About bottle opener. Pretty cool, right? Look. All right, so let's see. So one. Now let's see if it tastes any better or any different than other locations. Well, it tastes similarly to what I remember it tasting before, but it feels better. Well, now you know. So I don't know, I'm not exactly sure if this is bear country or not, but I'm going to be ready just in case. It's been a while since I took this one out because I usually go with my shotgun, but this is a Kimber 1911 ACP 45. Freaking cool gun. Got 2 magazines. Make sure that its chamber is empty. And okay, now I'm ready. So I was walking around the campsite a little bit just to see if I see any footprints of any big animals. So I do see footprints of something. It has the patterns of a bear in terms of the distance between the footprints and the combination of them, but it seems like those footprints were made in the bit rainy season because they're kind of deep, but it seems like it rained after that as well, and it eroded the outlines of the footprint, so it's just a round cavity in the ground. But I do suspect that it's bears, but it's hard to say. So I have to be cautious in terms of my food, where I put my food, how I dispose of it, and pay attention. Luckily I have Ghost here, a dog obviously, and he'll bark like a maniac if he hears anything, so that's going to give me a little bit of a warning just in case I need it. If you do end up coming here, make sure you have good bug repellent. There's crazy amount of mosquitoes and other little bugs. I have bug repellent, so I hear them buzzing around me, but hopefully I'm not getting stung or bitten. You can actually hear the hum in the air from all those bugs.
Good stuff.
So definitely bears here. You can see this footprint. There's one right here. And this one is probably, I would say, no more than 2 days old. So there are definitely bears here, and they are within walking distance for where we are. All right, so I had dinner. I didn't feel like cooking this evening, so I just ate cool coconut. Actually, very cold coconut, which was excellent. I'm now gonna go get one more beer. So this is the end of day one, almost the end of day one. There's still a beer, and we'll see what tomorrow brings. I was walking around a little bit right before I got to the tent, and I saw a clear bear footprints, and they seem to be not very old, maybe a day or two. All right, good night for now.